Okay, so we're here with
Hannah.
and I'm here to ask you a few questions about bikes.
Okay, let's go for it.
First question is, do you know how to ride a bike?
Yes, I do.
So that leads me to my second question. Why don't you have a bike?
To be honest, it was a pretty practical decision for me. The timing just didn't work with where the bike shop was here.
As you can see, this is an excuse. From the Student Services Center, it is a 24-minute walk, and from the UM Guest House, it is a 24-minute bus ride.
And by the time I did have the time available to get a bike, I felt like it was just too late. I just had some obstacles the first month of my time being here that prevented me from really getting out and about. And so I decided ultimately that there wasn't anything that was so far that I needed to get a bike or that it was worth spending the money for only a month left in Maastricht.
Got it. So would you say, going back in time, would you get a bike?
I think I would have been more proactive to get one the very first week, but with the situation I was put in, I would still stand by not getting a bike.
Really? Wow.
And here we run into another classic excuse. This is her on a bike in Maastricht for the first time. As you can see, she's taking off a little unstable, a little wobbly, a little all over the place, but that's fine. But just watch closely as she turns the corner here, or turns around, and look at the pure happiness.
Joy on her face.
And on average, can you tell us how long does it take you to get to and from school?
About 20 to 25 minutes. It just kind of depends. I've found some shortcuts, so walking people, I cut that down to 18 minutes, but it definitely does take a while. But I enjoy the beauty of Maastricht, so it doesn't bother me.
That's very sweet. Thank you for your time. That's all my questions.
Of course. Thanks for your time, Dyra.
Yeah.
Okay, interview number 2.
I'm Emma.
And Emma, we have a few questions for you here. You were kind of like the middleman, the in-betweener. You had no bike in the beginning, then you had a bike later on. Can you describe your experience?
Yeah, for sure. So I started off walking everywhere, which at first I was like, oh, this is awesome. I get to see a lot of the city, getting my steps in.
Pictures from when she was bikeless. I used to feel bad for her, so I would sometimes give her piggyback rides.
But then I actually borrowed a bike from a friend because he wasn't using it. And then I decided, wow, this is the life. I can get places way quicker. It takes me like 5 minutes to get to school. I can get more sleep.
Yeah.
I can get places faster and run late less often. I mean, I'm one of those people that's right there, like right on time. But this way I could get to my classes a little bit earlier, have a little bit easier time. So also I think it was great having a bike because I got to bike to Belgium, which is about 15-20 minutes away, and so that was beautiful. So I think you can experience a lot more on a bike. And then once I got the bike taken away, it was pretty sad, you know.
Yeah, well, that was actually another one of the questions was going to be, how does it feel to be bikeless?
It's not great, I'll tell you. The walking life was not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't know it wasn't for me until I had a bike and saw both sides, and I was like, you know, being on a bike is way better. I've got to tell you.
Gotcha.
I really recommend it.
I mean, who can deny that face? Pure joy. Obviously, she knows the better deal is the bike. And so that kind of just wraps it up. Closing thoughts, going back in time, would you get a bike?
100%. Definitely worth the money. Make sure you cancel it on time, and
All right, thank you.
of course. Thank you for having me on this interview.
Okay, last but not least, we have...
Hi, I'm Celie Jackson.
Full government name, huh? Celie, you've had a bike this whole time. What would you say has been the best part of owning a bike?
I like how fast I can get to places, and I really like having it for school and getting it to the CES building. It takes around 7 minutes, I would say, to get to class rather than a 30-minute walk. So you have more time to get ready in the morning.
Right.
And I also think the city is a lot more accessible with the bike, and you can go to places that you normally wouldn't be able to get to if you were walking.
Got it. Thank you. What would you say is the worst part of owning a bike?
Worst part is you have to keep up with a tiny bike key, so you can't lose that.
Right.
And then it's also, the swap feet bike is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to keep that in mind when you're going up like a 1.5-mile hill.
Yeah. And going back in time, would you choose to get another bike, like a separate version of the swap feet bike, or would you choose to not get a bike at all?
Another version, like,
So you have like
swap
the
feet?
you have the 7-geared bike, or you have the like single gear, or would you choose to just walk?
oh no, I would definitely get a bike, but
Walking?
yeah, it's alright, but I definitely prefer a bike.
Riding a bike is better. She's clearly on X Games mode, riding the bike with no hands, and Wade is trying to do the same here. Great time across the board.
And I would probably stick to the same one just because it was the cheapest option. And so you rent the bike, I think it's around 20 euros a month. But then on top of that, there's like an initial renter's fee, so it's even more than that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend getting the cheapest option because it's a little more expensive than you would originally like expect, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't think the gears do too much, you know.
I don't think so either.
Maybe this was a lie. The gears do have a purpose. But either way, if you're looking for a good workout, this is it.
And last question, with you being an avid runner, we know that you run all the time. You actually ran to Belgium. And Emma mentioned that it only took her like 20 some odd minutes to get to Belgium. How long did it take you to run to Belgium?
I might have gone a different route, but it is 2 miles from the guest house to Belgium. So on the way there, it would be around 20 minutes, I would say. A little under 20 minutes of a run from my route.
That's because she's a fast runner.
I think they might have gone a little longer.
Wow.
And I crossed the border and then came right back.
Did you go on your bike? Did you take that journey on a bike?
I didn't go on my bike, I just did a run, and I feel like you could probably see more on a bike because when you're running, you're just kind of focused like on where you're going, trying to orient yourself. But on a bike, you're cruising, you can look around, see the sights. So I kind of went just for some exercise, but I think if I wanted to see more sights, I would take my bike.
All right, well, thank you so much.
This is my last Maastricht bike ride, and we're going to CES to drop off my books. The best thing you can do is get a bike. Like, I can't imagine not having it this whole time. I was born without it. And yeah, get to class much quicker. The convenience, the fact that you ride in style, looking cool. Yeah, everything about it. Anyways, that concludes my video, so bye!
Yeah, these kiddos are awesome. Thank you for helping me with my project. Anyways, here goes the bloopers.
Today we have...
I'm Emma.
Don't like that. Oh. I should have asked how's it feel to be a loser without a bike. Okay, last but not least, we have... Okay, so we are here with...
Hey guys, I'm Emma.
Emma, we have a few questions.
Best friend. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.